All right, so good evening or good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to Watchdog News, Watchdog Ministries. It's Jared Campbell. So this evening, we're going to talk about Macron, Trump, and the future of Western alliances, which is at a critical crossroad. As global geopolitical tensions escalate, French President Emmanuel Macron is set to meet with U.S. President Donald Trump at the White House. The visit occurs against the backdrop of shifting U.S. policies towards Europe, Ukraine, Russia, China, and Turkey. Macron's objective seems to be clear: to reinforce transatlantic unity and discourage Trump from aligning too closely with Russian President Putin. This meeting, however, highlights deeper fractures within Western alliances, particularly regarding NATO, economic policies, and European defense strategies. The report, produced in a collaboration with Watchdog News and Watchdog Ministries, that's me. It aims to analyze these developments objectively. Watchdog News is 100% committed to investigative journalism that holds power accountable. And this analyst, it will draw from credible sources, including strategic assessments from Rand Corporation and other policy experts. Let's get to it this evening. So welcome back to Watchdog News. Let's talk about the diplomatic challenge and Macron's strategy. So what is it? Macron has framed his meeting with Trump as an opportunity to reaffirm the strategic alignment between the U.S. and Europe. His approach is centered on three key points. The first key point: discouraging U.S. alignment with Russia. Macron will stress that Trump's perceived leniency towards Putin undermines European security and U.S. credibility on the global stage. Number two, reinforcing NATO commitments. The French leader will most likely argue that any erosion of NATO unity emboldens threats like China and even Iran, reinforcing the need for a robust Western alliance. Number three, economic and security agreements. Macron will likely push for economic and trade assurances to counter Trump's proposed tariffs on European goods. Right? These diplomatic efforts underscore Europe's growing concern that the U.S. is deprioritizing its traditional alliances in favor of a more transsectional approach. What do some of you say? Let's talk about Trump's foreign policy shift, the Russia factor, right? And recent developments indicate a significant pivot in Trump's foreign policy, particularly concerning Russia and Ukraine. Key points include statements blaming Ukraine for the war, Trump's claim that Ukraine started the war, which echoes Russian propaganda narratives, raising alarms in European diplomatic circles. The push for Ukrainian elections. Trump has criticized Ukrainian President Zelensky, labeling him as a dictator without elections, right? However, Rand Report research and the Rand Report 10014 suggests that wartime conditions complicate Ukraine's ability to hold elections while ensuring democratic legitimacy. Right? Last one, negotiations with Russia. The Trump administration has engaged in undisclosed talks with Moscow, signaling a potential recollaboration of U.S. policy that could leave Europe sidelined in critical security discussions. Rand Report research on counterinsurgency and instability operations. Rand Report CPA 614-2. It emphasizes the importance of maintaining strategic unity among allies in times of conflict. Macron's challenges is to dissuade Trump from alienating European partners while maintaining diplomatic leverage. Right? Let's talk about European response, strengthening defense and economic countermeasures. Europe's reaction to Trump's policies have been all over the place. Number one, increased defense spending. Macron and other European leaders have acknowledged the necessity of bolstering European defense capabilities independent of the U.S. The European Commission is considering allocating $93 billion from the Recovery Fund for defense initiatives. Economic countermeasures. In response to Trump's tariffs threats, the EU is exploring retaliatory measures potentially targeting U.S. aluminum and steel exports. Wow. Diplomatic consolidation. European nations strive to maintain a unified front, exemplified by the European Parliament's joint declaration emphasizing reduced reliance on U.S. for security. These developments highlight Europe's gradual but determined shift towards strategic autonomy, a concept reinforced in the RAND studies on counterinsurgency and nation building. Oh. All right, let's move on. Let's talk about Turkey now, right? You know, a while back in one of my videos on my YouTube channel, I said that there may come a time when we may see NATO dissolve. It could happen, right? What if NATO does dissolve, right? So let's talk about Turkey's position on emerging China factor, right? So while Europe is grappling with strategic realignments, Turkey has positioned itself as a critical mediator. Turkish foreign minister has held meetings with Russia and Chinese counterparts, underscoring balancing act between NATO's commitment and regional autonomy. Turkey and Russia relations. Turkey has maintained a strategic dialogue with Russia despite concerns over Western policy towards Ukraine. Okay? Next, Turkey-China economic engagements. Recent talks between Turkey and China have focused on increasing economic cooperation and investment, which signals intention to diversify its geopolitical dependencies. Meanwhile, China's role in reshaping the global order is becoming more evident, right? Remember, I used the word global order, right? Remember, if you've been with me, right, we're in the book of Revelation, right? We'll get back to it here soon. We're talking about the rising of a new world order, right, which is prophesied in the scriptures, right? Chinese influence in Europe and beyond. The Chinese digital payment system is emerging as a competitor to Western financial dominance, providing an alternative economic framework, right? Wow. That circumvents U.S. sanctions. Whoa, whoa, whoa. China-Russia strategic cooperation. China's growing partnership with Russia suggests a long-term effort to counter Western influence and challenge U.S., right? To challenge U.S. Potential conflict zones. As tensions rise in Taiwan, the Philippines, and the South China Sea, the potential for a broader geopolitical confrontation involving China, the U.S., and European allies remains a very significant concern right now. In my RAND report research, it highlighted that China's strategic advancement in digital infrastructure and military capabilities present a direct challenge to Western dominance. Wow, it's right there in the report. Isn't that something? So we're going to end tonight, right, talking about techno-feudalism and the path to conflict. This is interesting. So a less discussed but increasingly significant factor in global tensions is on the rise. It's called techno-feudalism. Not too many people talking about it. The new economic and social order driven by powerful digital monopolies, artificial intelligence, and surveillance capitalism is shaping geopolitical strategies in profound ways. AI and warfare. The integration of AI in defense systems is altering military capabilities, increasing risk of escalation and also cyber warfare. Cloud capital and economic power. The dominance of major technology firms in global finance and data control is shifting power away from traditional state factors. Wow. Social disruption and political manipulation. Algorithms are designed to maximize engagement, often amplify division. Let me say that again. Social disruption and political manipulation. Algorithms are being designed to maximize engagement, often amplifying division, fostering political instability that people can exploit. Let that sink in. RAND report research highlights the growing role of digital and cyber capabilities, right? So the RAND research highlights growing role of digital and cyber capabilities in modern conflicts, emphasizing that control over information and technology is now as critical as conventional military strength. potential conflicts and geopolitical flashpoints. With increasing divisions among global powers, several potential conflicts loom on the horizon. Ukraine-Russia conflict. If Trump withdraws support from Ukraine, European nations may face heightened Russian aggression without an accurate deterrence. China-Taiwan confrontation. A lack of coordinated U.S. and European policy could embolden China to escalate tensions in the Taiwan Strait. I think it's growing closer. Middle East, right? Let's talk about the Middle East. As Turkey and Russia strengthen their partnerships, NATO's stability in the Middle East could be tested. Once again, could NATO dissolve? Right? Cybersecurity warfare. The rise of AI-driven cyber warfare possesses an increasing threat to global financial and political systems. Wow. My conclusion of these critical crossroads. Macron's visit to Washington, it underscores a crucial moment in transatlantic relations. The outcome of his discussions with Trump will shape the future of NATO, the U.S.-EU economic partnership, and global diplomatic stability. While Macron seeks to reform Western unity, Trump's evolving foreign policy signals a shift towards a more isolated, deal-driven strategy that could redefine U.S. engagement with Europe, Russia, Turkey, and China. Additionally, the rise of techno-feudalism and AI-driven conflicts adds another layer of complexity to the geopolitical landscape. The stakes are high, right? And the world will watch as these two leaders navigate one of our time's most complex geopolitical challenges. That's all I have. Right? Hope you all enjoy these reports. Right? I spend a lot of time researching, right? So you guys can have a better understanding what's really going on, right? I take time to read their playbook as well, right? I read a lot of documents. So I love you all so much. Right? This is Watchdog News, Watchdog Ministries, Chair Campbell. You all have a very blessed evening. Thank you all again for following. I hope you understand more what's going on around the world. Right? Things are truly heating up. People are expanding, right? So watch out for expansion, because when you see expansion, it drives only the ability to see more war, right? So watch out for the expansion that's happening. Everyone's expanding. So love you all so much. Hope you enjoyed these reports. I'm Jared Wesley Campbell, Watchdog News. I'm signing off. You guys, love you all so much. I'm out.